Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's time for your Stoke versus Leeds post-match chat. I'm absolutely fuming, frustrated, asking myself why. I want to ask him why. I don't want to make this about one man because the performance wasn't great tonight. But why he felt the need to take that penalty, especially when you consider the pressure on it, the pressure he's under, the fans' opinion on him. I know that shouldn't matter for a professional footballer, but it's in there. And he can't cope with it in there. And look what happened, he missed it, and it was a piss-poor penalty. And the worst thing is, Somerville wanted it. Crysencio, Somerville wanted it even as Strauch. And Bamford said, nah, this is mine. And then the donkey did that. Fans are singing his name in the stadium. I won't have said that we're a bad group of fans because we're not. Because it's almost like we feel sorry for him. It's charity at this minute. But at this point, Bamford, we are not a charity. You have no divine right. Fuck your squad seniority. Somerville wanted it, you give it him. He scored 3 in 3. Who are you to say, no, I'm taking this, and then play that pass? It's worse than when you did this. The ego's up here, the ability's down there. Ego of Ronaldo, ability of Billy Painter. That's what we're dealing with. It's embarrassing. You've let the team down. That's facts. You have let the team down. Because as bad as the performance was, you're getting a get-out-of-jail-free card. You're getting a penalty. He won the penalty. Rutter was great in the build-up to it. Rutter was our standout again tonight. But you've won the penalty and he won it well. And then you do that. Nah. And the thing is, I wanted him to score it. Of course you do, because you're thinking redemption. Come on, son, you can do it. Then you do that. So why not just take yourself out of that situation completely and say, do you know what? I'm always missing penalties. So I'm going to hand this over to the kid that's in hot form. Who wants it? Who wants it? That option now, choice, needs to be taken out of his hands. He should never, ever be taking a penalty for Leeds United again unless it's in a penalty shootout and there's no one else left to take. And even Meslier is gone. Do you know what I mean? Because it's cost us tonight. Performances and misses from Bamford were reasons why we got relegated. Not the sole reason. Of course, we were terrible over 38 games, but he had opportunities to win us points. I've enjoyed him this season. I've enjoyed him this season when he's come on. I've actually said out of possession, we look better with him in the side. But then he does that. Then he does that. And you knew, as soon as we missed that, they were going to score. It was written. J.K. Rowling writ that. I could have written it. Forget and top author. We all know what was going to happen, and they scored from a corner. We keep conceding from corners. We can't win in the fecking away kits. And Bamford can't score penalties. Can't score goals, let alone penalties. I'm so annoyed at him. I'm so annoyed at him, especially when we hear after the fact from Baron Cross, who was there at the ground, that Somerville wanted it. He even asked Strauch. And then again, I've been praising Strauch, and he's been phenomenal. But he buckled under the seniority. Because I'll give you another example that happened just at the weekend. Chelsea Football Club, Cole Palmer, he's only just arrived. And he said to Raheem Sterling, Nana, move out of my way, and he scores it. Now, Somerville, I'm not going to hammer him, but maybe he should have had them balls. But Bamford already had the ball, but Strauch has to have the balls to go over and say, I'm sorry, mate, you ain't taking this. El Capitano here. But again, that seniority comes into it. They all knew he was going to miss. We all knew he was going to miss. You're willing the ball into the back of the net. And of course, it was worse than last season's penalties. It was terrible. Going up for it like he's Messi looking for top bins. You just knew at that point it was game over. Nada. No points for Leeds United. And the worst thing is, Ipswich have won. So the gap's now back to 9 points. And they've got a game in hand. My God. Top twos, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. As Castillo would say, it is not looking good, bruv. And you know how Leeds United do in the playoffs. And I get it. Now I'm down, I'm pissed. And, you know, you need the cold light of day, but this is an instant match reaction. But then I start to catastrophize and think so far into the future and go, at the end of the summer, we lose a lot of these players. We need to go up this year. And it's moments like that that will cost you top two. Because Ipswich and Leicester do not lose games of football at the minute. We need to keep that pressure on. But tonight, away at Stoke, and listen, I'm not going to have said that Stoke are terrible. People will look at the league position and say they're 20th. I told you before, they were in a false position. They had 5 players out. They brought players back. They beat Sunderland and they beat Leeds. 2 teams were in third at the time when they beat them. So they're not a bad side, especially at home. And do you know what Alex Neil done Farker tonight? He got his tactics spot on. If Leeds... Look, the thing is, when the game started, I was thinking they're too open at the back. They're playing with a high line. But the changes didn't help us. Nonto wasn't at the races. Anthony was barely involved. Pirro was missing again. Gruyev, wrong decision to give him his debut for me on a cold, wet night on Tuesday night. It is. He's played 4 minutes. He's played 4 minutes of football and you're starting tonight. I didn't understand that. Did not understand that. I won't have us rewriting history saying Farker got it all wrong, etc. Because ultimately, we all wanted him to rotate the squad. He brought on Anthony and Nonto. I had people calling me every name under the sun during the summer when I said Nonto wasn't our best player. And now people are going to hammer Farker for starting him. Short memories, short-termism. He's a top player, as is Anthony. We had enough to beat this Stoke side. But this is the Championship, and you can't be mugs, man. And we were. Bamford's a mug. Side before self, mate. Where you at? That seniority again. Leadership group vibes. Coming in saying, no, I'm taking it. Strauch should have said, no, give it Somerville. The guy's in hot form. He's got 4 goal involvements. He wanted it. You're a clown, mate. You're a clown. And you've cost us the game. I'm getting texts off fans and content creators outside of Leeds United saying, why does your football club persist with this guy? Why does your football club let this lad take penalties, especially considering Leicester and Newcastle last season? Beats me. Well, I'll tell you why. Because of him. Because of him. It's not good enough. It's not acceptable. He's now failed to score 3 of his last penalty attempts. In what world did he think he was the man to take this penalty? He's only scored 5 of his 10 spot kicks for Leeds. He's got a 50% strike rate. This is a game that isn't 2-0. This is a game that's in the balance. It's 1-1. And we, or he, decides to put... Honestly, and if anything, it's just selfish. It's, I want the glory. I want my goal. I get you desperate to score. But do it within the game. Don't put that pressure on yourself, man. Because that's what you've done. And you've cost Leeds United the game. And then the people will come on, the apologists will say, oh no. Just like when I said last season, that could cost, he's not cost us relegation. It's like, I get all that. But tonight, we could, if we score the penalty, we win the game 1-0. We miss the penalty, they go up the other end, they win the game 1-0. It is what it is. People would say team selection is wrong. It was enough to beat this Stoke side. Don't think Rodon was great tonight. Strauch's everywhere. I'd seen takes at half-time. Wild takes, by the way. People need to relax. Saying, we were bad, but I was content. I wasn't overly worried. People say, I seen a take saying Gray's not a right back, shouldn't be playing right back. He was all right. He was all right. I don't get it. I think he was all right. Gruyev and Ampadu, there's not enough attacking impetus in that. Again, I will bemoan the decision to play Gruyev, his debut at Stoke. Didn't make sense. And now with hindsight, we can all say he shouldn't have dropped James and Somerville. And this is me seeing it. James is your starter. James and Somerville are your starters. And to be honest, the more difficult games, Stoke's more difficult than Huddersfield. So yeah, there is question marks over that. First half, terrible. Stoke with a better side without being amazing. Second half, we came out. The changes actually injected something as well. James got on the ball. There was a chance where he could have passed it to Bamford. Bamford probably misses anyway, but he should have done that. But I'm not going to hammer him. Somerville looked lively. Rutter always looks lively. And then we get the penalty, and then you miss that, and it's game over then. And you knew they were going to score. Standard procedure. It was always going to happen. And at this point, like, you just go, why? Why? There's no words to describe it. You knew it. Everybody knew it in the ground, watching at home. All the players knew it. You see Rodon's reaction in the camera angle, and he's like, oh. And he's only just come. They all knew, man. He's cost us the game tonight. And look, I'm not... You deserve to be criticised. Don't be going for people's family and all that, but he deserves to be criticised. It's egoic. And it's not the one. You should have let Creed take it. That's the worst thing for me. That is the worst. I don't know if there's much more I can say on it, really. What is there? What else is there to say? The performance was terrible. We got better as the game went on, and then the penalty screwed us. There weren't any major talking points. Ampadu wasn't great again. Corners we can't defend. That's 3 goals conceded. We didn't look great in the first 10-15 minutes, but we rid out the storm. But ultimately, it's all about Bamford and that penalty miss. That's what's cost us tonight. Again, thank you, Patrick. I think at this stage it's time for a breakup. A parting of ways between both parties. He needs it. The club need it. The fans need it. I genuinely believe it. I think we need a clean break now at this point. Thanks for your service. Thanks for them 17 goals in the Premier League. But at this stage, for you, it's probably best that we part ways. As difficult as that is for probably you and for me. And for everybody. But like, the time is up. Because this cannot continue to happen. And that ain't being dramatic, it's facts. But yeah, we've got to bounce back with a win. Top 2's looking difficult. I can't lie, it's 12 points if they win that game in hand. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. Still a long way to go, though. Try keep your chin up. Content out tomorrow. Thanks. See you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.